we are glad to have you as a principal of High Tech Institute to join us for this interview today. So let's start with, can you just introduce yourself and what you have done for High Tech till now, just in a couple of words.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon to Sagar, sir. To you, stay safe, stay healthy here.
Absolutely.
I am Professor Govind Dhage. I work in education sector near about 17 years, and I have also worked in many colleges as on the post of principal.
Okay.
I have also worked in diploma colleges also. I also work as a principal in diploma colleges. I work in head of department in engineering colleges, head of department for mechanical engineering. Means I handled all the portfolios, all the responsibilities. That responsibilities means all the responsibilities, those are available in the education field. That is, I have also worked as a lecturer. I also work as a lecturer, head of the department, training and placement officers in my this tenure of 17 years. I also work as a WS, that is workshop superintendent. And now I am holding the position of principal in here, that is High Tech Institute of Technology.
Great. So, I see that you have a very long career in educational industry. So it will be great to hear your thoughts on what High Tech is doing better in terms of delivering good education to our new students. So let's start with something basic. So how is the admission season that has been going on in your college, and what is the rate of admission in your college right now? And has it increased since last year, or what are the problems that you faced in last year?
Sir, status of admission for this year is excellent for us, because whatever the admission we have done here, that we ranked, that is 4th position in Aurangabad city. If you see the statistics in engineering colleges percentage wise, so we are ranked 4th in that, and we ranked the 6th in Marathwada region. So for the admission point of view, we are in an excellent pace for the admission point of view to our college, because our college is so old. It is a 20-year-old college. Means it is established in 2001, and we are offering the courses, that is BTech courses, under the guidance of an affiliation of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University, and we are offering the BTech courses in civil engineering, in computer science and engineering, and we are also offering in the mechanical engineering also. And our college is located in Waluj MIDC area. Waluj MIDC is a huge industrial area, and a lot of opportunities for the engineering background students are here. So it is a strength for us. It is a location benefit for our students. Means they are getting a very good industrial exposures for our students, and we are getting easily the experts from industry also. Most of the industries, they are trying to take placement interviews in our colleges very easily, because our college is very near to us. Means they can conduct for 2 hours interviews in our colleges for getting the students from placement point of view to them, and they cannot lose their time also, productive times in industry also. Means we are very nearer to the industry. So it is a benefit for us, sir, and our students also.
So I see that they have, they can save time by just going around near their offices to get the quality of students that they have to hunt anyways all across Marathwada, rather than going elsewhere. They are coming to your colleges and giving good placements to you. Good to see that. So what is the effect of COVID that has been happened to your college last year? Has it affected at all?
Definitely, due to COVID, the conventional teaching system is a collapse. But due to conventional teaching systems, we learned the new advanced technologies. That is, whatever the new technology is going on now, we are also discussing on the Zoom meeting. So such a platform, Zoom, Google Meet, and also we are using the Moodle platform to conduct the various tests, to conduct the various practicals through video sessions, and many times the AICT bombarding us and saying that you use the NPTEL platforms and Swayam platforms, which are very, very important for our students. we are our students are targeting. Our students are studying through this NPTEL platform also. They are getting the certificates from NPTEL. They are also collaborating with IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur. We are taking some video sessions from these also. Most of the alumni are in IIT Kanpur also, and that alumni are also sending us videos, and through that video we are showing the students about the whatever the future scenarios is going on. Means students and faculty, they are familiar with this advanced technology. Correct. And these online platforms makes us possible to conduct the various classes, sessions, and to use the digital platform for our students. And nowadays, all becomes familiar with that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So this is we have overcome the situation which is happened due to COVID.
You're taking it as a new learning landscape for you as well as for your
yes.
This is the new age education that you can see. Okay, great. What you can tell us about? Do you have any extracurricular activities or program to enhance skills of students or expose them to the real world challenges? Any programs that you do that?
Sir, yes, we are conducting various skill programs. We are conducting the soft skills programs in our campuses, online soft skills program. We are also providing the industry related training to the students. Mm-hmm. Means most of the students, they want to join the company, but they don't have a hands-on training. So providing these hands-on trainings, we are conducting the sessions through Google Meets and Zoom. Some webinars we are conducting for them also. And extracurricular, we are organizing some in a previous year, means before these 2 years, we are conducting the sports before COVID. We are conducting the sports gatherings, and these events we are also organizing. Our students, they are also in sports. They play at the national level also, state level, national levels. We are providing that much of platform to the students.
Okay. So what in whole and soul, I can see that you've done a lot of new things and you're trying to involve new technologies in terms of education. So what do you think you should tell people about your college, and so that people looking for a new college, they can know about that? There must be something that they want to know about your college that you want to convey.
Yes, sir. Our college, that is Hi-Tech Institute of Technology, it lasts from 20 years, means established in 2001, offering the BTech courses. Mm-hmm. And these BTech courses, these are affiliated with the Bhatu University, that is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University. We are offering the courses in civil engineering, computer science and engineering, and we are also offering the courses in mechanical engineering also. Mm-hmm. And for these courses, we are not taking only academic here. We are taking various activities. We are conducting various activities for the students. We are conducting the industrial internship for the students. Means most of the students, they went to the industry, and now they are also trying to attend these industrial trainings through online also. Now the COVID is going on, but still also students are attending that is internship programs through this online platform also by industry, and AICT also providing such types of internship programs to us also, and we are taking the help of these internship programs. Okay. So we are our students, they are going through these internship programs. Our faculty is also going through these internship programs. Means our faculty, they go to the industry and they learn about the industrial exposures, and after that they taught they taught our students about that industry exposures, and our students also that is completing our students also trying to complete the projects, the industry live projects, means industry based projects. We are focusing on the industry based projects. We are giving the platform up to solve the problems of industry. If they solve the problem of industry is trying to absorb these students. Those students means the students, if solve the problems of some X industry, the X industry is trying to place that students in itself, in that industry itself.
Got it.
So such types of environments, which also some of the project competitions we are also going to held in our institutes. We are also conducting various industrial visits for the students in various MNCs. Placement, we are providing a good placement opportunities we are providing for the students. Means every students we are providing the placement opportunities in our campus.
Okay, good that you brought the placement topic up. So as I can see that there is a lot of industrial exposure available for your students. So I would really like to understand what are the placement statistics for your college for last year, and is there any particular department that gets more placement than other departments?
Hey, from department point of view, every department in high-tech institute of technology has the placement above 50%.
Okay.
So, but mechanical engineering has near about 80 to 90%, that is in placement point of view. Okay. And all the departments also, they are the students from these departments, they place near about above the 50%, because we are providing the training to the students. Means whatever the industry-based training we are providing them, advanced technology, whatever the advanced technology that is coming out in the industry, that is also we are going to teach our students here.
Okay.
So on the basis of that, we have increased our placement.
Okay, great. So you're saying that 50% of the students overall gets placed, but mechanical has a higher number of percentage, that is 80 to 90%. Okay, so what kind of packages they are getting on an average? What is the average package that you can see for last year?
The students, they got the near about 4.6 lakhs average package.
Okay.
Means the students, they are getting this package, sir. It is near about 4.6 lakhs average.
Any particular company that you want to mention, or any particular student who has achieved quite well last year?
So there are so many companies, sir. Now it is available in Siemens.
Okay.
And one of our students is also available in Skoda.
Okay.
So in this way, these are the companies where we are students are placed. Our alumni are there.
Okay. So there are
some
lots
students are also in Infosys also.
Okay. Great. So Infosys, Skoda, Siemens that you mentioned, right. So being a principal of high-tech institutes of education, so what is your philosophy of leadership, and how would you describe your leadership style overall?
My philosophy is a very simple, sir. That to convert the institute goal into the reality. To impart the industry-oriented education to the student. To impart the industry-related curriculum to the students, to the faculty, so that the faculty also trained by the industry syllabus, and they can give the whatever the opportunities available for the students in the industry. They can give that opportunities to the students. Our faculties are also connected with the industry. Every faculty, near about 2 to 3 industries, they are connected with the industry. So we are running the industry-based syllabus, and through that, we are developing the students. We are enhancing their skills, and in this way, our students just stand before the company for their work.
Okay, got it, sir. So overall, what do you think? So you are part of a lot of organizations. So what do you think some of the biggest challenges you are facing in terms of higher education in general?
The biggest challenge is that, sir, students nowadays, they are bookish students. They only read the book and they give the paper and pen. That is, in this way they pass the examination. But the hands-on skill we have to provide for the technical skill. To develop the technical skills, we have to provide the hand-on skills to the students, and we are focusing on that. Means hands-on skill is required for the students. If they work like if we are providing so many colleges, means most of the colleges, they are trying to focus for providing that is hand-on skill trainings to the students, so that student must be aware about that. Means providing this training. So, and we have to also provide, sir, some of the students are weaker section, some of the students are from the rural background. So we have to provide a soft skill training to the students, so that they can stand before the interviewer, and they can easily select into the industry. So in this way, this is one of the challenge, sir. Means skill set is required for the student, and that skill set we have to provide by the institute at the time of academic is going on.
Okay, got it. I think you partially answered my next question also. I was about to ask, how does the curriculum and the programs that you do ensure that they are the best practices in industry? I think you have partially answered my question, but if you want to add something,
yes, sir,
that you can do.
No, we have to means we are affiliated with the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University, and this is a BTech program. And through that BTech program, it is compulsory for us that our students must go through the 6 months internship. So if the student, if he completed his 6 months internship, at that time he becomes aware about the whatever the environment is available industry. He becomes aware about that environment, and he makes relationship with that management. So that relationship with that management, with that company, so that company absorbs that students.
Correct.
So in this way, we are offering the industry-oriented curriculums to the students and hands-on trainings to the students.
Okay. So you probably know that there is a lot of competition in terms of getting placements, and there is a lot of competition in terms of students. So as number of students are increasing, the competition is absolutely increasing. Even if there are a lot of jobs, people are struggling in terms of getting jobs, and competitive environment is still there for new students. So how do you guide students to survive in such a competitive scenario? Is there any particular programs, or is there any guidance available for them for that?
There is only one that is, we know very well that nowadays competition is going on, and if we have to survive in that competition, we know that very well the nature's law, that is survival for the fittest. Okay. So you must be fit within the environment, only you will be surviving the industry. So first of all, the students, they decide their goal, means in which area they want to work. That is, BTech program is a best program for all students because it offers the industry jobs, it offers the entrepreneurship development programs, it also offers other government programs. That is, students can go through the MPSC, UPSC, and the students also becomes a government officers through that. All engineering examinations are also going on, so they can, if the students are well with the technical knowledge and all these things, so they can go for the UPSC exams. That is, engineering services exams are there. They are also offering the good packages. Also in Army, Navy, there are a lot of requirements in Army, in Navy. Nowadays in COVID also, oxygen generation is also one of the tasks for us.
Absolutely.
That is for our students. It will give us an opportunity for our students to develop such a technology that from airs we can extract the oxygens and we can make it easily available and cost beneficial for our students. So this is also an opportunity, sir, for us. So if students are interested, first of all, he decide his path, in which way he wants to go in his life. If he want to survive in industry, so he will be prepared in this way. Means he or she has that type of a training, he or she has that type of a soft skill and technical knowledge, hands-on training. He should go the industry internship programs through the curriculum within summer vacation period and winter vacation periods. If he wants to make career in UPSC, MPSC, want to IS and IPS, and engineering graduates can also become a very good IS officer because he has a very good logical thinking capability in his mind. So he can take a decision within a few seconds or within a few minutes by analyzing the problems. So we can also opt these careers also by preparing for that examination. He also goes for the higher education for MTechs, and for that point of view, he has to prepare for the GATES. Most of the IITs and through GRE, he can also opt for in London and USA, and most of the universities are offering a very good programs in the technical schools. and engineering education. So students can also, first of all, the students must decide the path on which he want to work or on which he want to go in future, and after that he try to make himself in that manner.
Correct. Understand.
So this is the
Yeah. So last, I'll just add one more question. I just want to understand what is your for next 4 years, as if some student is trying to enroll with high tech this year. So he would like to understand the vision of college for next 4 years. Do you have any small future plan for the college? If you can just help us visualize, understand your vision, that would be good.
My vision is a very simple, sir. Whatever the student enroll in High Tech Institute of Technology, they must be placed near about 100%, because every student's the first priority is bread and butter. So to earn the bread and butter, and if our stomach is okay, then we can do anything. We can do the miracles. If we don't have any in our stomach, what we have to do? So first of all, our students must earn the bread and butter, and for that bread and butter, I have to work. I am a principal for the institute. It's my responsibility to provide the platform for our students, to provide a better opportunities. No doubt, some of the companies for our students, some of the students, they are not opting, they are creating some criteria. But there are rest of the companies are available in the market. They can also have the other students also. So categorize the students as per their percentage, and providing the students, strong students, weak students, medium students, and by classifying in this way, we are providing the platform to students in future. And my first target is to all students must be placed 100%. If they are placed, they earn bread and butters, and then after that they can do the miracles, because primary need is a more important. Economics says that if you satisfy the primary need, then you can go for the secondary need. If you are not satisfied the primary needs, how we are going to for the secondary need? So first of all, focus on the primary needs. Students, it's a student himself or herself, they can earn the money and they can satisfy their primary needs first. So in this way, and after that, we are also, if there are strong students in our college, we are providing the platform of research, live projects, and solving the industry problems, because we are in the heart of that is Valuj MIDC. So most of the problems are coming to us. So our faculty and these students trying to solve these problems from the industry.
Great.
So this is also one of the way.
So I think it's really nice to understand your vision, and I'm sure that looking at the vision and the industry exposure that you are giving to the students, you'll be able to achieve that 100% placement rate very soon, I believe. So really nice talking to you, sir. We are glad that we were able to understand the vision of High Tech College and your thoughts on overall industry. So thank you for your time. I believe we'll be seeing each other a lot, I hope, to understand more thoughts from you about the overall education in Marathwada itself.
Thank you, Sagar sir, and thank you for the parents and students they are watching this video.
Okay. Thank you.